food to transmission.
It's all part of the food chain.
It's lubricating.
Right.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the Sandrail.
It's time to make this thing run.
I hope we hear the old engine fire up today. We got a few parts that we needed. Return line, because changing the fuel rails, we lost the factory return line that we had. So Corvette fuel filter,
Nice.
pressure in, and it returns at the filter. So we'll have to mount that and route that. Got some hose, fuel rails. We looked online and just found some aluminum, right?
This is aluminum tubing. We're going to use this for our cooling lines.
We got to get from the radiator to back here.
That way we can put them in my bender and bend them where we need them.
Not have 8 feet of hose.
Right. That'll be nice and clean.
Ran up to Paul's, visited him this morning, and we're going to dump some oil in that, and then we can pressure it to get it through the engine. Then we can put valve covers on and coil packs. So there's quite a bit to do. Throttle cable we've got to build. The cable's going to come around. We're going to have to build a mount to hold it.
I don't know, that one's pretty nice.
And it is pretty nice. It's not too bad. So there is a lot to do today. So it may not run today, may run tomorrow. Okay, I took this plug out that goes right behind the power steering. You can see the hole in the block right there. And we're about to pump some oil into the motor. Motor or engine?
Depends on what side of the track you grew up on.
There's been a lot of comments that I screw up and say motor is electric, right? And engine is...
It just depends on where you grew up.
There was comments, and he taught me, so I'm mentally backwards a lot of times. Anyway,
All on that.
we're gonna put this in. Bueno. Okay, that's snugged. Maybe that was how. I almost gave up. Don't worry, I didn't. We're good.
That's the dipstick.
Just had to remember what I was doing here. So I'll get a funnel, and we're gonna dump 4 quarts of oil in there, and then we can put air to it. We need to put a regulator. If we go over 80 psi, the only thing will hurt is the oil filter blowing the ring off, but we've got the valve covers off. We should be able to see something happen. Got some old AMS oil and some zinc additive going in. Got to get a regulator, and then we'll be putting this thing to work. We're rigged up here, but I think we're gonna work. So once it starts pumping, if you want to scan over there and watch.
Making noise anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some oil. Just barely starting.
Creeping out, yeah.
Yep. It's coming out of 3 of them on this side. 4, 5, 6.
For gauging, working right.
It's coming out of all of these. Coming out of all but 2 of these. Yeah, there we go. All but 1. Now it's coming out of the other one.
So that's 4 quarts if it's gurgling, right?
Yeah, it's coming out of all of these on the top.
Okay.
Is this a 6-quart pan?
Yeah.
We'll put a couple of quarts.
So we'll put the other 2 through it. We may as well do it this way. Make sure we get oil everywhere. And then we'll be bolting together.
Nice.
So you guys didn't let me know. I thought you was here to help me. Injectors are different. And every one of you knew that, and you're laughing at me like, you moron. Just know that. Just figure it out. Well, it's figured out now. And we got some options. Thanks to Paul at Fab Rats. He's never been afraid to help me out. And I just want to thank him for that. So you guys go over to his channel and tell him thanks for helping me out, would you? A comment towards him would be pretty awesome, because comments help channels, so that would help both of us out. If you guys could do that, that'd be great. The factory intake off the tow truck motor had the whole intake, and so we pulled the injectors out of it and the fuel rails, and so these are factory tow truck motor parts, which will work, except now the plugs are different. So we look at the top side, we got different connectors, which everyone knew except me also. Paul walks over to his toolbox, grabs a box, says, here you go, brother, hook you up. And he's got pigtail adapters, so that should plug on there to that. And then that will hook right to the Phytech stuff, which I could use the Phytech intake, which he just said, here you go, you need this, take it, use it. Just gave me the whole setup. Injectors, computer, harness. If you need it, use it. He's just a good dude like that. So 35 pound an hour is what Phytech runs. Paul was concerned these injectors aren't big enough for the 408. He said you probably need 75 pound an hours. He put 100 pound an hours in the tow truck. And so Google says factory LS3 is 42 pounds an hour. And just for that fact that that's what we have, I think we're going to go with this instead of the Phytech because of the rail pressure, fuel injector, more flow. But we'll probably have to cut and splice harnesses because his adapters didn't adapt to that old truck style. They adapted to this style. So I'll dig through here, find the injector plugs, and we may have to splice a harness. But I'll get that all dug out. So for now, we're going to bolt these in, put coil packs on. I've got to weld a tab on that still. Forgot about that. Hey, that needs some welding done. When you're just digging through boxes and you're piecing things together, you run into these problems. But I think we're moving in the right step. Thanks, Paul, for helping me out, because this is pretty huge. We've cut some wires. Plug is gone. We're going Paul's route. We're going with adapters from LS3 injectors, clip on, and then his Phytech harness will clip right onto that, and we have injectors. Neighbor Mitch, thank you Mitch, has been here. We've pulled all this apart, got enough extras that we're going to solder. I had crimp connectors, those are going away. We're going to solder them and heat shrink them and cover them back up. It probably won't look that good. Well, it might, because that one's been cut and pulled apart too. But we're not going to have butt connectors just hanging out of the harness, because that would not look good. So in the future, if he ever wants to boost this, get rid of the GM computer and go Holley, that's the same plug as Holley, and then we can get rid of the adapters, upgrade injectors, be better off. We're going to cut a whole bunch more of these, burn up some solder, have some fun. So here we go. Some things have changed, and it's not going to look like a whole lot of progress, but it is. Riley helped me pull a new throttle cable in. We'll have to mount it, put a little clip in it still. tanks out because we couldn't get the cable out, and the hoses, we didn't know where to put those, so those landed there. The recirculation pump for the transaxle that just pumps oil from the back to the front. So when you're doing wheelies, the front is lubed. We got that hooked up. The harness is back to one piece. Injectors are all soldered in, taped back up. Most of the plugs are in, except these are for the fans, and these three need lengthened because they go to the throttle body and the mass airflow, which used to be right here. We've turned that around. So once we get those spliced and lengthened, we're done with wires, except for a few things. But we're definitely getting close. So we'll have
Putting
to
the motor in is the easy part.
I was.
Yeah.
I've got to run home. Forgot some fuel line adapters. We got to make a short hose and a return hose, and then the tank can go back in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got the dipstick done too. So the throttle is where we're at.
We got to make that so it hooks right here somehow.
Come up off of these studs, make a bracket, and a cable. Lots of little stuff that's kind of hard to video. I know it's the interesting part. Trying to win here.
That's what we're doing. We're
Slow and steady.
trying to win, that's for sure.
Once we get the throttle done and the tank in, we can put the radiator back in and finish with cooler lines. But those are very last because the radiator's got to be back in. A couple of ground bolts to put in. I hear grounds are kind of important. I don't know why. They don't do anything.
Just keep you grounded.
Just keep you grounded.
We want this baby to fly.
Exactly. Just getting some fuel line ends on. Should be a pretty short hose. Got some oil hose to replace all this blue stuff. 'Cause it's pretty soft. The owner didn't love it and asked to change it because it's soft. And my dad's been tearing up the bracket. It's got a plate. Something like that. This is tapered, so if we drill a hole, it'll slide over and wedge. Getting closer. Ground down nut. I think you got her worked out just right. There you go. You gotta close
the ground cable on.
Gotta close your eyes when Grandpa welds, okay? Nah, say go for it. Hot. Oh. It's not welded enough solid yet. Well, that's rough guesstimations there.
That's the swag method right there.
That's the custom one-off there.
That'll work.
Paint it black.
Yeah.
Blend right in, hopefully. Alright guys, we've been tinkering along. Just about got all new hoses ran. How's the throttle coming?
It's almost done. I just gotta drill this hole a little bit bigger.
On the old intake, the old throttle body, that hole was drilled out for that to fit. And then you just tighten the cable in it. So we may as well do the same thing, hadn't we?
Got this longer one right here that I think we drill that bottom hole out. And then we shove that wire through it.
And clamp it. So what do you got going here? Did you tighten that already?
No.
I don't remember what they call these long nuts. We got one at Terry's.
Then I just brazed a ball on the end of it, welded the end of it shut and drilled a hole in it, poked the cable through it. Just like that.
So it's just a stopper.
Just a stopper. And then we'll screw that back on there and then run this.
We can adjust it.
Yeah,
Set
then we'll
the
run
cable
this little
stop.
brass thing, run the cable through it, set the screw, and it should work.
We'll adjust the stopper on the pedal so that it's tight before the cable, so the only thing it pulls is the spring on that throttle body. As long as the stoppers are right, we won't have a problem.
I think it'll work.
Should
Once
work
that's
pretty
done,
good.
then we can crush this washer, and then it'll hold that so that won't fall out.
Perfect.
It's pretty clean. I think it'll work.
We're getting close on wire. Grounds are bolted to the heads. We're getting super close. Couple of vacuum lines. Well, let's drill that out first. Then we'll about be done with throttle stuff. Then we can adjust it on the upper end and money.
Yep, I think that's gonna work.
One size bigger. 3 drill bits later. It's way better to go small and work up than be big and loose and not right. Okay. Give her a little throttle. Let off. Throttle. That's full pedal right there. Does that hit the stopper? Give it full pedal. So we probably ought to adjust the stopper up just barely, but not bad. Moves it. Doing some fuel line stuff. Got all the ends on. So now we're to hose. So we're gonna put these ends on. This just twists on. We was just looking at some other hoses, got some different styles, but this is what this one is. And this is flared. Let me get it off so you can see. That's flared. And then when that starts in, should squish it. Hopefully that hose catches. Should have marked it. Pretty sure it caught. If it leaks, dang it. I don't think it will. How many fittings do we have? 1 on the return.
3.
And 3. 1 to the pump. So we'll be JIC at the pump, but we're barb under the tank. And then the return is barb under the tank and JIC at the filter. And filter to fuel rail. Dad turned all the fittings, so they're coming the same way. I need 2 of those. So we can run the hoses together. It'll look nice and be pretty well finished up. Oh boy, snugged right up.
There you go.
Alright. Okay. And that'll give us leak-free petro right there. Funnest part about these fittings is you gotta work them a little bit or they leak. So you tighten them, loosen them, tighten them, and you get a little bit more each time. And then hopefully the magic happens and they just don't leak. Alright. 1 down, 2 to go. Except I had a 22 on the fuel rail, but I like that better. So I've got to go get 1 straight. That's 22, so we probably have a 90 that one, right?
Yeah, I think a 90, and then we can loop that one around and run them both back down and tie into the tank together.
Got the other end on. We'll just tighten that on. We can zip tie that 2 spots. I think that's nice. So Shane's currently working on this one. And then we'll cut it to a little long. And then we'll cut the end and run it. Once we get them run over there, we can plug them on the tank and make it happen. Right there. Perfect. And we just gotta feed it through the buggy around stuff. And this has 1 layer of steel lining in it. Here, let's fish it right here. How's that gonna look? Do we need to be inside here for any reason?
Yeah, and then we'll just hook them all together right there and they'll look super clean.
Because then we've got the vent coming out as well.
But we can get a length off of that right there.
Well, we can cut it long. Fittings hit right here, right?
I ground it back, so hopefully they're...
So if we cut it right there, then we can just cut it again once we're close. I guess the only other thing we could do is start at the other end. We'll do that. We'll start at the other end, and then we can cut them both. Got our fuel lines run. It's hard having everything together and tight, because then you have hot battery cables, fuel lines below. So we're trying to keep the cable up high so it won't even touch the fuel lines. It's going to get hot cranking potentially. There's our fittings.
They're just looping them, cutting them and clamping them on.
So we'll pull these around. mark them, cut them, put some ends on them. Not ends, we're not putting ends. We'll just clamp them. Push them on the barb, clamped them, we got fuel. We cut them the first time, and how much too long are they?
5 inches.
5 inches?
This one's about 4.
Well, let's cut them again. I'll grab some clamps. Is that straight up 2-cycle oil?
That's what it looks like to me.
That's what it looks like. That came with the rail. That is oil specific for the transaxle.
That is blue goo.
It's
It's
probably some sticky, good synthetic stuff right there. I was just wondering that.
Smells like
Put your
oil.
finger in it and lick it. That is pretty yummy. Gonna have to go slow. She is not wanting to flow very well. Got this full gallon, and what's the other? Quart? It's a quart. Full gallon and a quart. And that's brim full, so it might be 6 quarts. But it does have oil in it. The old transaxle had red oil. So we left this top line off. We're gonna pump it and purge it till the oil goes from red to blue, and then it's good enough.
This looks like the same oil we put in the freeze dryer air compressor. It's blue just like that.
It is.
It's a 30 weight oil.
It has a good comparison. Food to transmission.
It's all part of the food chain.
It's lubricating.
Right.
We'll be here for a while.
Okay, I'm going to bend some aluminum tubing for the radiator lines. See how this bender bends aluminum. That's nice. That, I think it's going to bend it nice. I was afraid it would try to kink it or break it. Looks to me like it's going to work. Okay, I'll go put some marks on it. We'll bend it all different directions. We'll make it work. Well, that bent pretty nice. Get a really nice bend on that. We'll see if it fits. These are the radiator lines. Got them all bent where they need to be. Now we just got to weld them together somehow. Sean's got the lower radiator hose to the motor where it hooks. We just need a couple of 90s. Actually, just one 90.
Happy birthday. How was lunch?
It was good.
What'd you eat?
The Rancher.
Oh, the mechanic's pretty good too.
Yeah, I was gonna get it, but I didn't think I was that hungry.
We took the back wing off, and that thing's gonna work good.
I just got to TIG weld that right there. Then I'll put another one right here.
Ran up to Terry's, so that'll weld to the bottom one. Then you can bolt them together.
I'm afraid if they're welded together, they'll be a son of a gun to get on and off if you have to.
These hoses are stout. They're stiff.
So I'm just going to weld the bottom and bolt the top.
Perfect. And then this side will just be a little taller.
Yeah.
Then
we
it's
can put some antifreeze in
radiator.
it. I guess we got to hook the steam
water. Yeah, we've got this line.
Okay.
Steam port, so we're not quite done.
Yeah.
We got to plug that vacuum port too, but
Okay.
we're almost to fire this whole girl up. A few little things. I've got all the wires extended except the mass airflow, and I'll hurry and do that while you do some welding.
Okay. I may have to have you hold this for me
I'll hold it for you.
to tack it.
This is my brother's job, but he's not around. He's been busy lately, so
Give up on us.
you see the new TIG welder right here. Mass airflow is connected. Wires are done. How's this coming?
They're tacked. I'm just going to pull them off and weld them so I don't burn all the paint off the car.
And then we can drill through.
And I have some little inserts we can put in.
Put a little
there.
pipe between them, and
Put a longer bolt, put a pipe between them. That'll be fine.
we're getting close. We'll let him weld. We'll button up a few things, and then we're going to hear it crank over. If you guys can tell, we've got fuel problems. Our Corvette filter, we was guessing. We knew this was out because it said out. So I assumed straight in was in, and this one on the side was return. It'll run on ether. We've heard it start. This has been an hour and a half. So Google, it took that long to go to Google. And the diagram told us the outside is in and the center's return. We was putting air to the tank and we'd barely get a little fuel out of the rail. It's like, what in the heck? It has stumped us for a minute. But we're winning, we hope. Give us just 5 more minutes and we'll switch a couple of hoses around. And then you guys will be there to help us crank it over. Okay, let's turn the key on. No fuel. Let me switch the wires. Let's try that. We need to dump this back in the tank to get the fuel level above it. We mounted the tank up high enough that the tank's got to be half full or clear full. It's a pusher, not a puller pump. So I'm going to dump this in the tank. That way the pump is submerged, and then we'll try it again.
Take 25.
Okay, is the key on? That sounds more normal. There's no sputtering and hesitating. Why don't we crank it? Should we go for it? Nope. Let me put this wire back on. I pulled it off. We had the fuel pump and the starter wires switched. We got that figured right out. Okay. Try her again. So it's out of the cam. It's obviously out of, because this is just factory tune. So I'll give her some throttle and you crank it. Oh. Can't let all the way off or it dies. Ready? Okay. So it's pig rich. See how black it is? Rich is good. Okay. Wasn't rich that time. This is where I am not much good. This is where the tuner, the guy on the laptop, changes things, makes it idle. But it does run. Okay, so we had 2 wires crossed. Had 4 wires crossed. We couldn't make it start. And so we flip-flopped the fuel pump and the start wires just because they're side by side. But that wasn't adding up. So we swapped them back. And we probably bumped them pulling the new throttle cable through. And when he was putting the shifter cable, the new shifter in, we just swapped 2 and let's give her a try. Let's see what happens. Fuel pump's running. Didn't die. That's cool. Quite a nice hard work right there. Died it. Crank that just a little. Okay, let's fill it up and then we'll play with it. We want to heat cycle it before we go straight to full throttle on the dyno.
We got to hook that steam port up still.
We've got the back steam. Oh, we've got a major vacuum leak too.
I was holding that.
And
So
also got one right here too.
what?
Vacuum leak.
Yeah. We'll get on a few things and
Not those kind of numbers.
you guys can help us put some water in it.
I think I seen a overflow tank over there too
There is.
that we got to put on.
Trying to get some water into the radiator, so we're just circulating it. It should be spitting out of the steam port, shouldn't it? It's not that hot. Okay, everybody's went home. I've got tools pretty much put up. Just a little recap of what we've done. The fuel, we figured it out. Feel kind of silly, but the outside is in and return is in the center. Just went to college, see? Just paid for some education. Paid for it the hard way. Now we know. We was just cranking this morning and people was just working. We was just doing. Sorry it wasn't filmed the best. Radiator lines. This is our steam hose. We just started steaming and burping, and our next heat cycle we'll get the rest of the air out and we'll get that plumbed in. So that's got to stay up here. But the top radiator hose and the bottom running parallel. Man, they look good. Welded on the bottoms and then clamped together. These hoses are stiff buggers. I've got to get some better clamps. That's smaller. Almost need a spacer hose. What's the word of those flex hoses? Flex hose? Maybe we can get a flex hose with a reducer on it. We'll try to call in tomorrow, see if we can't get one of those. Fuel injector harness is changed. The fuel pump, man, when you're busy working, I hate being rushed, but that's how you learn. Fuel pump's too high. We're gonna put it down here so it will gravity to the pump. The pump is a pusher, not a puller. All we have to do is lengthen the hose in the middle. We can undo the fittings, shorten the hose, plumb it back in, and just redo one hose. Not a big deal. Probably have to lengthen some wires, but not a big deal. It'll be done right. You won't be stranded on the dunes halfway out of gas and no way to prime the pump. So we're gonna fix that in here. Throttle cable is awesome. The brackets work good. For not being the right cable, it sure turned out nice. My dad did a killer job on it. We might have to put something to rub, something to keep the cable in the track. Nervous of that popping out. Whoop sections or rough roads. I really like the cable. I just am not satisfied that that is staying in where we're so high above it. If we was below it, it'd be different. I think we're pretty well done. The seats can go in. As long as the battery, I got to put a trickle charger on it. We thought it was good, but the one charger was junk. We're clear full of gas. We haven't tried the shifter yet because it's a brand new transaxle, and so none of that's been tried yet. We got oil and everything. Got to zip tie some wires. I want this up here like that. I've got a couple hours of just zip tying, cleaning up, making it look good, but it came together really stinking awesome. I really wanted it in this video, but this has taken 2 extra days just on little things. It's amazing. We keep talking like building a house, like the framework goes up and boom, we got a house. And then it takes months, takes so much longer for the little things. We're gonna drive this. So we're gonna go next Tuesday. We've got the dyno scheduled, and after the dyno, we're hoping, if it doesn't take all day, if everything goes good, we're gonna hit Sand Hollow up. Well, that'd be a blast, wouldn't it? go see if we can scare ourselves in this. So the owner of this is just a private guy, and he doesn't want to be on YouTube. So if you see him, he'll have a helmet on, just doesn't love the attention. He's gonna scare the crap out of us, guarantee it. Let me know in the comments what you think the dyno numbers will be. 408 with a decent cam, very interested to know. 450 to 600, I don't know. Be interesting to see how much power goes to the ground through the transaxle. But man, she sounds good, sounds excellent. Super fun and lots of help from neighbor Mitch and my dad, Riley, swinging in, lots of hands on deck. So thank you guys, we appreciate it. Stay tuned because we'll be riding wheelies and hitting dynos, so we'll see you then. Thanks guys.